Good evening, or I should say good morning, everyone. It's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here on an early Saturday morning, late Friday night. And I'm showing you off what is the largest ship in the hangar at this point, the Aegis Dynamics Retaliator. I was able to get my hands on it in the PTU. I have owned this ship for quite a while. It was a gift from one of my amazing viewers. And I have been dying to get this ship in my hangar for so long. And every time we get a sneak peek at it, I just get all, I just love everything about this ship. Not loving the new character model that much. It's very, very creepy. Like, super creepy. Like, where's the old dude? Where's Baldy from the first batch? The animations are pretty cool, but he looks kind of weird in the way that they translate at this point. I'm sure that will be updated. We're not here to talk about Curly. We're here to talk about this beautiful ship. And it's incredibly hard to get good looks at this ship without good tools to fly around it. And I wish it was something I knew how to do. Somebody that knows CryEngine is going to get a much better detailed view of this ship than I do. I've been extremely happy so far with finding out how to get through it, but you can't get up onto the second deck. I'm going to try to walk around it to give you an idea of the size of this ship. It's tremendous. It's at least probably about 20% larger than the Constellation in many ways. I can't say I have any problems with this ship, as I just find it incredible and beautiful. Alright, so the first thing is, if you're going to get into yours when you finally get it in your hangar, if you're not partaking in the player test universe, because in actuality the bugs that are in this version of the game are unbearable at this point. Well, that's not true. They're bearable. But there's quite a few bugs that they're going to be fixing up over the weekend and then releasing 1.1 next week. So you see what I did? I walked to the front third of the ship. There's two little gray hatches. You look up and you'll get the use key functionality. You tap the F key. And this lift comes down and lifts you back up. And then you put it into the central location. Obviously there's a docking collar below you. There's another lift on that side. You have the torpedo bay right in front of you, which you can go inside of. Kind of weird the way the door opens. I'm not sure if it's supposed to open kind of both of them, or if that bulkhead's just stuck there. This is the bomb bay, or torpedo bay, whichever one you want to call it. I was expecting the torpedoes to come out of tubes, like on a submarine, because this ship actually does give you the feel of a submarine. That's not what happens. Alright, and now you have 4 doors that go to different parts of the ship now. You have this over here on the port side, and those on the starboard side. These 2 rings, I thought they had something to do with the torpedoes, but evidently not. Taking a look at all the different, all the different beautiful parts of it. I'm not sure where the actual bunks are. I'm sure they're upstairs. This area I'm walking around, it's a corridor that goes back to the central part of it. I'm not sure what this bay is over here. There's a modular bay behind you, and some kind of pieces that let you work some part of the ship at this point. I'm sure we'll learn more about this in version 2.0 when the different stations are set up. So we're looking back at something over here. There's some lockers. Those are the lockers that in the preview video had some weapons in it. And I think these are all bunks on this side, but I'm not sure. Again, not 100% sure it was there. I was excited about coming in here and thought that there was going to be something to do, but this is actually the starboard side rear gun mounting, and it's going to be the top gun mounting. And it's a couple of Behringer, I believe they're CF-117s. For all I know, they might be CF-217s. Just a gorgeous way. Every little detail of it, the smoke coming out, in different areas, which actually just gives you depth in the game like this. You wouldn't see something like that in real life. If you did, you'd be calling damage control to fix whatever the leak was. So another set of lockers over here. There's a door that seems to want to open, but it doesn't. Not sure where this lift takes you. It either goes up or down. I'm not sure if it's a docking port or what. My guess is to be determined. I don't know at this point. It didn't come with a brochure that told you what everything was, which is unfortunate because I run around the ship quite a few times. The corridors are just amazing. This is going to be the port side rear upper gun mounting. I wonder if that other one was the rear lower gun mounting. That might be what it was. Again, a couple of cool things up here. This central bay is some kind of weapons system officer or something of that sort. Okay, we're done with the rear of the ship. We have our two lifts over here, and we're going to go up front. So we're going forward. Trying to talk like a Navy person like I did in the 80s. There's all these different lockers thrown out throughout the ship. Alright, this is where I found the ladder to go up. Doesn't let you go up though. It's just not allowing me to. And one of you might have found out a way to do it. I was not able to. It actually keeps on, every time I try to get on the ladder, it sticks me in here. Like somehow I got through and then fell. So there are some graphical glitches in the modeling right now, which is why we're testing this. But evidently you don't want to do that when you're in space, because all I was trying to do is go up to my rack upstairs and you get thrown out of the ship. Kind of funny, right? So we're going to go back into our ship over here. And we're going to go and open the door over there, maybe. I don't know. So let's go forward again. Let's take a look at this area. Again, it's not going to let us in. Let's see if we could recreate that that passing through the wall thing again. Just want to take a look. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get up, up, up. Ooh, almost. Nope, fell right back in again. Well, we're not going to try to get back in the other way. Let's go this way. Let's hang a right. Okay, good. And let's go forward again. So, beautiful rendering, gorgeous, probably the most highly detailed ship to date. Not sure what that is. I'm sure it's not the forward gun, but it could be the forward gun. Yeah, my guess it would be the forward lower gun. Seat comes back but doesn't spin around. You get inside of it. Get a nice view of things. Big giant multifunction display in front of you. This is not a fighter. It is definitely a bomber. I mean, it's almost like a light destroyer, corvette, frigate. I mean, that's the type of feel you get out of it. It is long. It's long enough to be a Navy frigate, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so we're in the pilot seat again, which when you hit the insert key to get into different areas of the ship, it puts you right in the middle the first time you hit it. Second time, you're looking right at Curly and you're able to zoom out somewhat, but not that much. Cockpit design is great, but you know, honestly, I love it and I don't want to be a stickler for things. But this is a multiplayer game, and I think that a ship of this size, I mean, this is tremendous. It's like 747 sized. I think a ship of this size needs to have a co-pilot, but I'm going to give him a pass on it because it's so gorgeous. And the cockpit definitely could sit two people side by side. I don't know. This is a toughie one. This is a very tough one for me. There is a cockpit right up there, so there is a second seat. And you'll see it right behind the first cockpit. It's just forward of the top gun mount. I think that's a second cockpit. That might be for the co-pilot. And in that case, that's pretty awesome. I would have loved to see them sitting side by side, kind of like they do in the B-2 bomber. That would be great, because then yeah, that's definitely a seat up there. Definitely a seat. So that takes care of my two crew positions that are most integral or most important for a. This is a ship. It's a starship. This is not your fighter. This is your. I'm gonna go and take out a javelin. I'm gonna go and take out an Idris. I'm gonna go and a couple of us are gonna take out a Bengal carrier. This is a tremendously large ship. I'm looking for different areas of the ship now, just trying to see if I missed anything. There are some doors I didn't go through. You'll see that in a couple minutes. But I want you to just get an idea of the detail. And when we go through here, look at all the wires that are hanging. Look at the, if you can catch it, look at above, right? Look at every little piece of detail that they have. So we're going back into the gun station, looking back over here. Look on the floor, look at the grates, look at the lines, look at the wires and the fans. They really went all out in this one. And when we go up front, I think when we get into this next one, this is the bathroom. I like this. If you could catch it, maybe I'll turn around and you can see it again. It says, not for drinking, the water, cold and hot. Yeah, it was a little jerky for a little bit, but I was getting very high frame rates when I was shooting this. So this is definitely one of the optimized models at this point. Alright, and there's all the air venting. There's so much that they didn't have to put into this, but they just did. And they did for realism, for immersion's sakes. Or immersion's sake. We're going to go back up front. This is that other. See what it says? Not drinking water, hot and cold. So you're cleaning your body with it, but it's not good for ingestion. That's a good statement there. Might not want to be washing with that water. Might have the recycled urine from another crewmate. Alright, so let's go around to the other side. So we found the bathroom pretty much, right? So a big ship like this, one bathroom, that makes sense. I'm guessing a crew here, 4 to 6 people. Pilot, co-pilot, navigator, bombardier, weapons system officer. This looks like the captain's quarter, but the bed looks just a little short. Kind of like the holding cells on the Cutlass were a little bit small. This area, that bed just looks a little short. I'm wondering if that bed is somehow gets bigger. I'm looking at the wrong side of it. I'm not sure. It's not really able to get bigger, but maybe it comes out and it makes a bigger bed. Maybe it's like a fold out. I don't know. And that's the headrest. We'll find out. Nothing actually works in here. The videos always have everything working. Doors opening up, atmosphere venting, all these lockers showing things inside of it. But that's not the case here. I think this is definitely the lower turret because it is very close. And I'm wondering if that is also an elevator to get the co-pilot into his seat up there. Just trying to get an idea of how well this ship looks. So let's go back into the seat again. And we'll do that right now. And let's just look around the cockpit this time instead of jumping out. Okay, we got lots of view here. And maybe that's what makes up for it not to be a tandem seater. Well, side by side. I'm not sure what tandem means, side by side or front and back. But you definitely have good visibility forward. This is such a beautiful ship. Alright. Curly's still a little creepy though. Look at that. Every little bit and piece of it. Now, the cockpit is very wisely done. It kind of looks like an SR-71 nose, doesn't it? Kinda, sorta. The cockpit's not, but the nose kinda, sorta looks like an SR-71. I'm hoping that's what they took the look and feel of the ship from because it's pretty hot looking. giving everybody just that opportunity to look at that unique Aegis Dynamics design. You can tell every Aegis Dynamics ship one from the other. Now I do have the Constellation Phoenix up next to it. These are my two biggest ships that I have in my hangar at this point. I do have a Carrack, which I think is just bigger than both of these. But I wanted to get the Constellation in the image next to it, just so you'd get an idea of the size of this. It's at least 3 panels on the ground, and you'll see that as I go upstairs, take a look down at it. So it's 3 panels larger than it. Alright, as we walk aft and get back to the lift, it's over here. Very good way of getting in and out of the ship. I like it. I mean, this ship takes up the whole... I mean, when they call it a large, it's a large. I mean, it starts from the rear of the platform and goes all the way forward, where the Constellation starts a third in. I wonder how big the Constellation would have gotten if the folks over at Foundry 42 worked on it. See what I mean? I think I fall off of this. Yeah, I do. Fall right off. Not sure why that happened. I tested it a couple more times. There are graphical glitches galore in here. Look at that tail unit. Look at the swing wing. So many elements stolen from... Well, not stolen. Borrowed. Copied from different aircraft. SR-71... the B1, B2, but mostly B1. You can look at that. The idea of it being a super fortress or a flying fortress like the B29 or B17. I'm going to fall off this thing one more time just as I check it out. See, just right over the edge. It's like the glass up there doesn't even have any physics, or for some reason my avatar is jumping over it. Not sure. So I was trying to look and see where things were in the hangar, because I forgot which one of them I put in the central bay. It's late for me, so if you hear any kind of wind noises, it might be me yawning. So let's go back upstairs one more time, and let's see if we could take a look at this ship from different views. So let's go run inside the office to the left up there. And inside the office is a big glass window, which is even glass on the ground. I mean, look over there. Look at... The Constellation starts almost a full third of the way forward, where the Retaliator starts almost all the way back, right? You see that. Alrighty, so... That is just a big ship, is it not? A big, beautiful ship. I hope it flies as well as it looks. Just trying to see if I get any good posters up over here that I don't know about. I'm still waiting for the Carrack poster. Okay, I'm just coming over here to take a look at the side. It does have a B-1B look to it. Or maybe an XB-70 Valkyrie look to it. I mean, there's so many aircraft out there this could be mimicking. It's probably a combination of all of them put into one design. I'm just trying to get an idea of the size of it when I'm doing this. You could see the aft starboard, and on the other side, the aft port. Different gun turrets. I'm sure we're going to be able to change out the gun mounts in those. And then you can have another 2 forward and 1 aft. I think that's more than enough firepower, especially if you can get some of your best teammates to fly with you. Teammates are always going to be better to fly with than NPCs. Alright, let's go walk somewhere else. I really want to get an idea of the size of this ship versus the Constellation. So we might want to go down there and look at that. I'm just going to take a look at the Connie model real quick. I should have put on some music, shouldn't I? Well, let's get out And let's go down and let's go just look at the constellation just for size. I mean, look at it. Now, the Connie's supposed to be the flagship of this game, mainly because it was one of the first big ships that were released. And I think Chris has a lot of love for it. But when you're looking at it now, it just doesn't seem in the same game, in the same arena as the Retaliator. The Retaliator's just so gorgeous. So I'm just going to take you back to the tail view of it and slow it down a little bit so I could close this out. This is a brief look at the Retaliator. I really don't have any information about how to make everything work or what every piece of it is. But I wanted you to be able to see the inside of it, although it was a little bit fast. I'll do one of my traditional videos, my traditional walkthrough and reviews of it, when it actually reaches V1.1 of the live universe. But in PTU, too much is going to change over the next week, and there'll be some fixes to glitches and errors that are in it. So we'll just wait and see what happens when the game actually goes live. Well, not when the game goes live, when AC 1.1 actually goes live. Well, it's late, folks, and I am going to bid you all adieu. So with that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.